Top Republicans were slow to embrace Tea Party-backed Indiana Senate candidate Richard Murdock after he ousted a longtime GOP senator from office. Though he eventually won their support and money, Murdock could see both fade after telling a live television audience that when a woman becomes pregnant during a rape, that's something God intended. Murdock, who's been locked in one of the country's most expensive and closely watched Senate races, was asked during the final minutes of a debate Tuesday night whether abortion should be allowed in cases of rape or incest. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. I struggled with it myself for a long time, but I came to realize that life is that gift from God. And, I think, even when life begins in that horrible situation of rape, that it is something that God intended to happen," Murdock said. Murdock became the second GOP Senate candidate to find himself on the defensive over comments about rape and pregnancy. Missouri Senate candidate Representative Todd Akin said in August that women's bodies have ways of preventing pregnancy in cases of what he called legitimate rape. Since his comment, Akin has repeatedly apologized but "thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Has refused to leave his race despite calls to do so by leaders of his own party, from GOP presidential hopeful Mitt Romney on down. It was not immediately clear what effect Murdock's comments might have during the final 2 weeks in the increasingly tight race against Democratic challenger Representative Joe Donnelly. But they could prove problematic. Romney distanced himself from Murdock on Tuesday night, the day after a television ad featuring the former Massachusetts governor supporting the GOP Senate candidate began airing in Indiana. Governor Romney disagrees with Richard Murdock's comments, and "thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. They do not reflect his views," Romney spokeswoman Andrea Saul said in an email to the Associated Press. Romney aide would not say whether the ad would be pulled and if the Republican presidential nominee would continue to support Murdock's Senate bid. Other Republicans did not immediately weigh in. Indiana Republican Party spokesman Pete C. referred comment to the Murdock campaign. A spokesman for the National Republican Senatorial Committee did not immediately return a request for comment Tuesday night. National Democrats quickly picked up on Murdock's statement and used it as an opportunity to "thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Paint him as an extreme candidate, calling him a Tea Party zealot. DNC Chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz described Murdock's comments as outrageous and demeaning to women and called on Romney to take his pro-Murdock ad off the air. Murdock further explained Tuesday night after the debate that he did not believe God intended the rape, but that God is the only one who can create life. "Are you trying to suggest somehow that God preordained rape? No, I don't think that," Murdock said. "Anyone who would suggest that is just sick and twisted. No. Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. That's not even close to what I said." In response, Donnelly said after the debate in southern Indiana that he doesn't believe my God, or any God, would intend that to happen. Murdock, who ran unsuccessfully for Congress 3 times before becoming state treasurer, became one of the Tea Party's biggest winners of the 2012 primary season when he knocked off veteran Indiana Senator Richard Lugar in a brutal campaign. Initially, national Republicans stayed out of the Indiana race because the race had appeared to be a likely win for the GOP. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." But as the race grew tighter in recent months, Murdock changed his tune and started trying to woo moderate voters. At the same time, top Republicans began stumping for Murdock around the state in a push to break open the high-stakes Senate race. Republicans need to gain 3 seats, or 4 if President Barack Obama wins re-election, and seats that were predicted to remain or turn Republican have grown uncertain. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell came to Indianapolis for a fundraiser Monday, and Arizona Senator John McCain and South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham campaigned for Murdock. "Thank you for trying verbose. This recording will go away once the product has been purchased." Last week, New Hampshire Senator Kelly Ayotte is due in the state Wednesday. Romney's coattails carry special significance in conservative Indiana, where Murdock has underperformed Romney by 12 points in most public polls. Karl Rove's Crossroads GPS also has bought another $1 million of airtime in Indiana, making his group the biggest player in Indiana's Senate race. A message left for Crossroads GPS spokesman Nate Hobson was not immediately returned. Donnelly, a moderate Democrat who opposes abortions, has spent much of his campaign highlighting Murdoch's Tea Party ties and trying to accuse him of "thank you for trying verbose." This recording will go away once the product has been purchased. Being too extreme even for conservative Indiana. Democratic groups have bought another $1.6 million of airtime for Donnelly ads this week.